Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the LovelyTi TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the LovelyTi TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey tea sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. So this weekend, a lot of stuff went down. So if you guys don't know, one of Trump's advisors, his name is Alex Berkowitz. I think I'm saying his name correctly. He got married this weekend and it's causing a lot of controversy. So basically at a star-studded wedding, Michael Blackson was there, 50 Cent was there, Nicki Minaj, Sexyy Red even performed. And so this shocked a lot of people because, again, this is the same conservative, base that's always talking shit about rap music and how rap, especially female rap, is affecting the youth and it's not good for young girls. Let's not forget in 2020, we had this from conservative commentator Ben Shapiro.
I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Ben Shapiro just joined the WAP conversation, and unsurprisingly, Twitter users are turned off.
I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pullout game weak.
On Monday's episode of The Ben Shapiro Show, the conservative political commentator offered a line-by-line recitation of Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's new collaboration, prompting social media to erupt. One person tweeted, "Ben Shapiro reading the lyrics out loud just dried up all the WAPs in the world."
All right, so y'all saw that clip from 2020. So I was very surprised to see Sexyy Red up there dancing and everything else because, again, this is a group of folks who always go in on hip-hop. They go in on how scandalous the women are, how they dress, the lyrics and stuff like that. So for her to be performing this at a wedding was insane to me. So let me go ahead and show you guys some of the videos and the clips that came from Alex's wedding. You can see Amber Rose posting as well, saying congratulations to Alex and Caroline. Then this person wrote, Alex Berkowitz is the Gen Z mastermind behind President Trump winning strategy and the groundbreaking alliance of MAGA Christians and the undisputed queen of rap, Nicki Minaj. I sat down with him right before Nicki broke the internet. Here's what he had to say. So that was him and Nicki sitting. This person says Trump's advisor tweeted 3 times about Jay-Z on his wedding day. Wedding which Trump supporter 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj both attended. So while he's supposed to be enjoying his wedding, he's tweeting about Jay-Z.
Okay, Ghana's in the building. Also have Nigeria in the building. See? Tell them, man.
We down there. My brother from Africa.
So this account says Nicki Minaj, Sexyy Red, 50 Cent, Robin Thicke were all at attendance at Alex's wedding. So here goes some pictures. You see Nicki here. Sexyy Red. 50 Cent and Tony Yayo were performing. And Robin Thicke. So like I said, after those pictures went viral, people were shocked, people were shooketh, and they're like, we get Nicki being there because she's been MAGA all day, but again, why would you have Sexyy Red performing at your wedding? Again, 50 Cent rapped about shooting and killing other black people, but he's there performing at the wedding. So I think this is why a lot of these celebrities are not speaking out, because a lot of them, they're team MAGA. That's their business, but that's why a lot of them are not speaking out. So now what's very interesting is that Nicki just started going off last night. Now, like I said, Alex, during his wedding, was tweeting about Jay-Z. If you guys do not know, I'm sure all y'all know. But the Epstein list finally came out. 300,000 pieces of emails and pictures and videos. So we're talking about that in Discord over the weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on the Epstein files. It's just so much information, but that dropped. And so all of a sudden, Nicki then goes off about the Epstein files. And she starts going off on Jay-Z, calling him a predator. She goes off on Lizzo. But let me go ahead and play you guys the video that Lizzo had posted earlier that day, which I kind of felt like Lizzo should have sat this one out because it really had nothing to do with her. And Lizzo, you've been accused of sexually harassing your backup dancers. So you might want to simmer down, okay? Clock that tea. So let me go ahead and show you guys what Lizzo had to say earlier. And then Nicki ended up dragging Lizzo as well.
This Epstein file shit, I have to, it's really frustrating to me because there are 3 million files, right? 3 million documents in the files, because over the course of however long this man has been doing these crimes, every email, every text message, everything, just in general about this man's life has been put into these files to scan for illegal activities, right? Every text message you sent to somebody. If you stole an apple from Walmart and you were on trial for stealing an apple from Walmart, is every person in your phone an accomplice? Is every person in your phone, is every email you sent to a person or speaking about a person, does that make that person complicit? Does that make that person a bad guy? No, it doesn't. And that's the same thing with the Diddy stuff. That was so, I told y'all, the media is so smart. They're going to make you so distracted with celebrity names that you're not going to focus on the problem. You think every party that Diddy ever threw was a freak off and people were fucking and slipping and sliding on baby oil? No. That man had birthday parties. That man had Easter gatherings. That man had Super Bowl parties. That man had Christmas parties, Halloween parties, regular parties. And so now they're saying Mom Donnie's mom, who's a filmmaker, they're like, oh, she's on the Epstein list because she was on a guest list for Ghislaine Maxwell's like showing of a political film once. Hey, you're distracted. You just want Mom Donnie to be a bad guy or his mom. A girl can go to a movie premiere. Do you think Ghislaine Maxwell woke up every single day trafficking children? No. We're losing the plot. And it's just like the American people in the comments. I knew she was wrong. Jay-Z, I knew he was. What did it say Jay-Z did? He was there in 1996. Come on, people. Like, y'all are falling for it. It's the easiest, oldest trick in the book. And honestly, I'm losing faith in the average intelligence of the American person. Because, come on, just because somebody's name is mentioned in a 3 million document file of a person's life who's been lived over crimes who've spanned decades, doesn't mean that every single person isn't an accomplice. He could be mentioned. He referenced Jay-Z once. He was like, oh, we could learn from Jay-Z's business model. Why are y'all... Where's the crime? Focus. Anyways, y'all.
So that's what Lizzo had to say. Let me show y'all what I had replied back to Lizzo and what I stated. I basically said this. I said, Lizzo, a year ago, you were accused of sexual harassment by your own backup dancers. You were also accused of eating bananas out of people's coochies. Not one male rapper or male in general came out in your defense. Yet here you go with this big ass cape on. You don't really know nothing about what went down. Hell, you weren't even this vocal when you were accused of sexual abuse. Girl, bye. So that was my response. I did not agree with Lizzo in that instance. You know, at the end of the day, let Jay-Z hold his own nuts, okay? Let Jay-Z come out and defend Jay-Z. And we're not going to minimize it like, oh, Jelaine didn't traffic every day. She shouldn't have ever trafficked. I don't care if it was one day or every day. No child should be trafficked. Point blank, period. So anyways, Nicki Minaj decided to go off on social media last night. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys what she had to say on Twitter. Okay, so these were some of the pictures that Nicki had from the wedding. Here's some video of her and Kenneth. Then somebody posted this and she goes on to retweet them. They say Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her virginity when he was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, 17, and he was 26, 27, 28. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when she was, then it cut off. Nicki Minaj says true or false with the Chucky face. Then she goes on to retweet Alex. Now, mind you, this man is at his wedding. So he says, I guess that explains why TMZ didn't cover Jay-Z being named in the Epstein files. Officer Lou writes, breaking, TMZ founder Harvey Levin is named in the Epstein files, described as a good friend who could help run a global PR effort to defend convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein and smear victims and accusers. Okay? So it was so much stuff in that Epstein file. It's insane. Like if somebody was to do a full video, it'd probably take 10 hours. It was just so much stuff in there. Then she goes on to post this. Are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democratic again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story times, since I was trying not to say what I said. Since I was trying not to say what I know, yet they continue to attempt bullying. Also, I won't be releasing an album until my contract is renegotiated and until I tell you all about the sabotage this Rico is finding out about Billboard. So then she posted this picture of Jay-Z, 26, Aaliyah, 15, 1996. Jay-Z, 27, Beyonce, 16, 1997. Then she writes, your favorite artists have been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their gods. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. Then she says, should I do a daily story time about who's been doing what? And you can cast your vote. Then she posts, Nicki was right about everything. Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend, allegedly. In this one, she says, they sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about the abuse I suffered. They've been trying to stall my projects in hopes I'd lose a bunch of money and beg them for help. Their leaders still think this is a joke. The destruction that's about to come down on them isn't funny. I told y'all, leave me alone. Now you'll understand why you should have just sat there and taken your meds. Then she says, imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have his head on a platter. This guy was hugging and humping on teens in broad daylight. Next, I'll get on the owner of the Shade Room and more. Then she says, maybe I should discuss the brainwashing techniques they use. Then she shows this picture of Aaliyah, and Jay-Z, and she says, what the F, #predator. Then she retweets somebody that says, yeah, I been told y'all she don't need to release shit until the Billboard, iTunes, Spotify, Apple are all investigated. She posted a gif of Wendy. Let's see here. Then somebody writes, oops, he's a top or bottom. Let's go down the alleged specifics while we're at it. And then Nicki says, isn't it obvious? Then she posts a picture here of Jay-Z and his alleged son, Ramir. Then she goes on to say this. The LGBT has also started seeing through the veil, and it has pissed them off. Why are they getting the gay vote by default? They've moved on from the gay vote to flying in people to vote for them. No loyalty to anyone. The gay community should be able to choose every 4 years like everyone else. After the Democrats campaign to win their vote, they should not just get your vote. Wake up. Then she says any Christian who votes for Democratic again is a fool. They're showing people that it's okay to disrupt the church during worship. This is how they truly feel about you. The veil is lifted. No morals, no integrity. It's not enough for them to have an opinion. They've escalated to physical intrusion of places of worship. The demons inside of them are so bothered all the time. Then she says they're flying in immigrants to vote because they reneged on all the promises they made to African Americans and can no longer get the African American vote by default. They're causing distractions in the streets to distract from the billions they stole from taxpayers. Then she posted this picture of Jimmy Kimmel and says, check this racist MFer out. Then she says, everyone knows that Chrissy Teigen has or had a dick, allegedly. Okay. Then she goes on to say, what sensible, forward-thinking, cutting-edge leading nation is having a debate on whether or not there should be voter ID? Like, they're actually fighting not to have people present ID while voting for your leaders. Do you get it? Do you get it now? Then she says, fat Lizzo lost 300 pounds just to sell 300 albums. So now she has loose skin and a flop album and a weird charge. Sheesh. Then she says, laugh my ass off. Then she says, George Clinton, sit your stank ass down. Then she says, I mean porta potty or whatever the fuck your name is. Then somebody says, girl, I was like, wait, what Atomic Dog do? Then she says, as they do their rituals tonight, God Almighty will reveal himself to them and the rituals will backfire on them. God will not be mocked. Blessed is the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned, put to shame. Watch. So that was Nicki Minaj's rant yesterday. Child, it's been a lot going on these past 24 hours, but tea sippers, I leave the conversation up to you guys. What do you guys think about all this stuff that went down? How do you feel about Sexyy Red, Nicki, 50 Cent, and many others? They're at Alex's wedding and Sexyy Red performing. Also, how do you feel about what Lizzo had to say about the situation? And last but not least, how do y'all feel about what Nicki had to say in her rant yesterday on X? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Please leave a comment down below. Feel free to share the video. Make sure you guys thumbs up the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the LovelyTi TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the LovelyTi TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.